Ugh. Well, one thing I have absolutely zero control over is when the power goes out. I cannot do a darn thing about that. We lost power. It seems like we're okay. Seems like we're back up and running. Yeah, you're going to get an ad whenever the stream starts, brother. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, hey, Mod Kenobi. See this Slayer 2D? That's a bot trying to sell viewers. Do your mod thing and kill it. It's your first official act of being a mod. Take it out. And we'll get back to. Oh, that was a shame that we just had that. Those teams get nice. That's a shame we lost this, but at least it wasn't this. And we're only preloading, so it's not the end of the world either way. But yeah, still obnoxious. Still obnoxious. Okay. So we want to do. I don't want to do, but I kind of feel like I need to go this route. Yeah, this is a team, right? This is a team. This should be able to. This should be able to handle it. Assuming I don't get completely nuked out in the opening. All right. Oh, shoot. Okay, so this is why you don't bring Arc Trooper. Your tank can't get summoned in with Arc Trooper. Yeah, whenever. Okay. So that was dumb of me. Lessons learned. Arc Trooper's turret takes the summon spot. That's not great, but hopefully it doesn't kill us. Yeah, Lightspeed bundles. If my recommendation to anyone will always be when a Lightspeed bundle comes out for a Galactic Legend, seriously consider buying it. Don't, because there's no guarantee if or when it's even going to come back. So, and they make a huge difference. I mean, just the gear alone you're saving from having to relic those characters usually covers the cost. So that's just my opinion on those GL Lightspeed bundles or any of those accelerated teams that they offer. Take a look at them. Don't just, like, I know they're money, I know they're expensive, but yeah, definitely nice. Yeah, definitely consider them. Keep them as possibilities at any rate. Like, they're pretty solid. Yeah, all right. So, lesson learned: don't bring Arc Trooper. His summon prevents you from using the tank, which got Qui-Gon killed right away, which is now getting everybody killed. Okay, this is a bust. This is an absolute bust, but we're preloading it. It's fine. I'll get this fleet battle done, and that'll give plenty of points for the day. Well, I mean, we would have won that first one if the power hadn't gone out. We were going to be fine. No, Bistan. No. No, 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 no. You... Yeah, the negotiator one was pretty big. I've skipped a couple of them just because I already had the characters. But I bought the SLKR one. I bought the GL Ray one. I bought the Phoenix one. I bought the Night Sister one. And I bought the Geonosian one. So yeah, I legit have... I've purchased every single one of those that has any relevance to me and my account. Yeah, they should. I mean, that would kind of be in character for them to bring stuff out. What day is the 17th? Today's the 12th. We missed Friday the 13th, but not that far. Not that far. The 17th, next Wednesday. It would not shock me. And then I'm more curious if we're going to get another marquee character announcement for Ahsoka. That's honest. That's driving a lot of what I'm thinking about character-wise just for the game is like, what's next for Ahsoka? Yeah, the Phoenix one was big. Was really big. All of a sudden, like, Secrets and Shadows was doable for me in a way that, like, between them and the Night Sisters, I actually was able to make some progress. That's the only assault battle I don't have fully simmable is Secrets and Shadows. And it's just the last tier. And I mean, as much as I want to be able to max it out, I just can't. I can't really justify throwing anything at it. Okay, so we're going to give this a go. And then, yeah, my plan is, we're at 2 of 6. Before I do my raid attempts tonight, we'll come back and knock this out. But we need to wait for platoons to be filled. Required units 4 or 5. Oh, because I'm an idiot. That's why. Because I used ARC Trooper. So now I need to bring in, like, Echo or something. I need to up another clone to Relic 7. Because I'm dumb. Because I'm dumb. Well, so I don't mind learning lessons, but let me tell you something. This one's going to be kind of expensive. This is an expensive lesson right here. This is not ideal because I am stupid. So yeah, this is just gonna be one of those days. It's just gonna be one of those days. You know what? Screw it. Okay, welcome back. Yeah, I screwed up in more ways than one using ARC Trooper on that mission. I lost him for Zepho. So now I just took Echo from Bad Batch to Relic 7 so I could do this mission for my guild. It's not the worst thing I've ever done in the game, but that's expensive. That's an expensive mistake. Not so casual. I had to scrap a lot of shit. It was not as casual as I might have made it seem. But yeah, I used all of my Electrum conductors, and I scrapped all of my materials for like the circuit relic upgrade to do it. So, yeah, that's just sometimes shit happens and you just have to deal with the consequences of that. Normally I like to bring Jedi Knight Luke, but he got platoon today. He's not available to me, so I'm either going to bring Shock, Cam, or Bastila. I just haven't decided which one. Kelleran wouldn't be horrible. All right, go have fun doing your dailies. I will knock this out, and then when you get back, I might be overdoing Conquest, I think. Yeah, go enjoy your dailies. And the stream is not going anywhere. Unless the power goes out again. This is one of those days. Okay. Sorry, I had to get one more thing opened up again. I mean, I could bring Mace. I'm not going to use him anywhere else today. It would not be the worst thing in the world to have another tank. Sure, let's give this a try. I mean, we're going to 3-star this planet regardless. Like, that's 3-starring this planet's not the issue. Or not an issue at all, but apparently keeping Mace Windu alive is going to be an issue. Predictable. This is not my day, folks. This is not my day. So, yeah, territory battles just hates me today. Don't know why. Don't know what I did to offend the TB gods. Good news is the big things that I needed to hit, I hit, and then we'll do that clone mission before the raids tonight. But good God in heaven, what an absolute shit show. This is honestly probably been one of my worst TBs. I'm not happy with my overall performance. Losing stuff that I shouldn't lose, etc. And yep, let's just kill him. Just kill him. Let's just get it over with. Sons of bitches. Sons of bitches. All right, well, we'll be back for this. But Jesus, what an absolute disaster. What a disaster of a shit show. What a shit show of a disaster. Okay. So for here, you know, we did the fleet mission, which is key. What are we looking like? So target 160. We have room for one fun play mission, which we'll use Leia for. Now, yesterday we got smoked. For whatever reason, we just absolutely got pounded into the ground. But What does this buff do for her again? 200% max health and max protection, 50% on they gain retribution while they have taunt. They lose 50% defense and 20% speed. Huh. Okay. Okay. Damn it. We kind of wanted him to live. We kind of wanted that guy to live because he was kind of the ticket to getting the two defeated ones back. And I don't know that this is going to do it. So maybe we skip this for one turn. We'll have R2 hit one of them. Or we'll have that happen. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammies. There we go. That's what we wanted. Right, just like we planned it, folks. Just like we planned it. You need to nuke this guy out fast. He will ruin your day. Like that. Ridiculous, folks. Ridiculous. Okay. Well, not the end of the world. We're just preloading that planet. Anyways, and we are also preloading this, which is hands down by far my least favorite zone. I know I say that about a lot of zones, but this... Ooh, hold on a second. Hang on. We have this whole other planet right here, Kessel, that we need to worry about. Before I just start going ham with whatever. We'll do Hut Cartel. Yeah, you know, I come into these days with these plans and these ideas that, hey, I'm gonna get all this stuff done. We're gonna hammer it out. And we're gonna move on, and then I find myself doing one of my favorite things to do, and that's talk to folks. You know, and while I'm talking to folks, I slow down. But hey, you guys enjoy Jabba doing his thing. I'm going to go refill my beverage, stretch my legs real quick. Rowie, do you want to come be on camera? You're the only kitty that hasn't. Okay. Looks like that could not have been any better timed. Got here right when that last guy was being snacked on. Okay. So I'm trying to decide how much I want to throw here. So I think this planet, 3 stars, you can deploy dark side. See, we're going to preload the other planet, or we're going to preload dark side, then 3-star this. So trying to decide how much I actually need to do here. Clear squad. Can I even put like a half respectable bounty hunter team together? No, I can't even put a... Can't do much and nothing here without, you know, losing a team that could be used over on Haven. As much as I hate Haven. And it's because platoons aren't filled, so the bots there get all sorts of turn meter. Like this would be a good planet, and a planet I have before used like unaligned force users, before Zepho. I'm very much looking forward to the day when Zepho is like we unlock it one day and then 3-star it the next day. Very much looking forward to that day. I think we're a ways off from it as a guild, but I'm looking forward to getting there. But what do I want to do? Yeah. Let's go to Haven. Let's go to Haven, and then if we can slap a team together from what's left over, we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, we're almost done with this. We'll go in and we will hardcore rally some. I actually had more proper guys set than not. DTMG, no. Your tank. Let's bring Piet. Admiral's Trap is never a bad thing to have. But you see, they all get 100% turn meter. That's the way so like as you platoon things, it takes away their turn meter, and then eventually I think everybody starts off evenly. But yeah, right now they get a pretty big jump on us and do a lot of damage, a lot of these bloodworm debuffs, that sort of shit. It's annoying to deal with. It truly is annoying to deal with. Although I have to say, I'm a little surprised we're holding up as well as it seems like we are. Normally, I would have lost Maul or GI or Piet by now, but everybody seems to be doing okay. Get his cooldowns increased. So you don't want Rexy running wild. Hey, honestly, it looks like I'm clearing this, and it wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible. It was not bad at all. Oh, it looks like wifey is done with work for the week. So my whole family is just coming out of the back of the house where my wife's office is. My wife, Sam, the dog, they all just parading through. And that wasn't so bad. Maybe it's the game's way of being like, sorry, we were douches about the other levels. Although you should be. I'm a person. I also have feelings. Sure. You have to make a phone call. What? Why?
I just got a message that they have 2 nurses for the entire facility.
Well, there goes Bane. Sammy. His mom's on the phone and he's just running wild. I think the dog just stepped on his foot. It's always an adventure here at the house. Always an adventure. I guess I'm in no danger of killing him with this guy. And... Okay. All right. Well, let's see if we survive this opening blitz and we can get links out and, maybe have a shot of going 2 for 2 on another one. It's not looking great. I'll admit that. It's not looking great right now. But he's 4 away from another ultimate. And if we link up him and him, he's taunting. Okay, now we're 2 away. And yeah, we'll just zap Kanan, because why not? So 1 away, 1 away. Oh, well, well, well. Well, well, well. I don't know what's going on. I mean, yeah, this is a pretty motley crew here. Um, I don't expect this to go anywhere, but I may as well use them. I may as well use them. Yeah. Maybe if he could have gotten an ultimate off, it might have been a different story, but okay. So yeah, I'm not going to do anything else on here until I'll show up again tonight before I do my raid attempts, and I will use the clones on Zepho to get those rewards, and then I'll deploy after that. Okay, so Sector 4, we were doing pretty good. We're almost to Boss Nass. So yeah, we'll do win with Leia Organa. Surviving should not be a problem. Win without using a GL in your squad. That should also not be a problem. This doesn't, you know, we can throw Sith or whatever at him. Oh, ad break starts in 3 minutes. Now it's telling me that. Very, very interesting. Very curious. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll just keep going. Oh, man. Okay. So, Rebels, okay. Accuracy down. 10 battles with Stap surviving. Gain shields up 50 times. Okay, so this is the Gungan achievement, which I was able to red crate without doing that the last time, so I think I might just keep that going. Now, for the other achievement, we have this team. These two give the accuracy out. One on the basic and then one on the AoE. All right, GI, I need you to do your thing, homie. This is painful, though. There's a solution, though. I have the solution in the palm of my hand. I just need to decide to do it. And that's Padawan Obi-Wan with his Conquest Omicron, which, yeah, for these conquests is looking insanely useful. For who knows if going forward in the future, there's still going to be these kind of requirements that's going to make it pay off for more than one territory battle or conquest cycle. That's my only concern. It's very powerful. It's insanely powerful what it does for his team. But it's a full cost Omicron, which, you know, I'm going to need full Omicrons on Jar Jar and Luthien and everybody else. So it's if they would just make it a cost of 10, it'd be applied already. And we're still in the ad break for anybody who's not a subscriber to me or to Twitch. But also, I don't really think many folks are here right now, so... Oh, it says we have 6. It says we have 6, and then the website that where I'm trying to monitor the ad thing says we have less. So I don't know which one to believe. But we'll just roll with it. Ad break ends in 55 seconds, it's saying. Okay. And then there's one more thing I need to look into Twitch-wise, but that's for my... Ooh, I have not seen Tuscans one time yet during this TB, so... Yeah, see, when she assists, she puts the accuracy down. That's the... oh, it went away. They cleansed it. But whenever she uses her basic, it's an accuracy down. Oh, maybe only when she assists. I don't know, but she does give it out. And ads are over with. I don't want to wipe out the whole team. And then his AoE... puts it on everybody. There. So that's where the bulk of them are coming. Okay, he didn't get it, but... And she just killed him, so... Even if she did get to apply it, there's no way to really know if it stuck or counted or anything like that, so... It's like there's somewhere you have to do armor shreds, and if the armor shred kills them... then they technically didn't get armor shredded. They got killed, and it doesn't count. It can be very, very frustrating. Like you're using gas or whatever, or, any number of the armor shred characters, and you're doing the thing. You're doing the damn move to armor shred, and then it's killing them and not armor shredding. It's a pain in the butt. Or can be. It can be. I'm not saying it is all the time, but it can definitely... I should have maybe thrown Stap at that instead of Inquisitors. I think this is a very stappable team, but I guess if I need to farm it, it's still a very stappable team. And then Geos, I did get Stap to work, but yeah, this node right here, this is where I will be probably spending tomorrow's Conquest time just farming. Just let my energy fill up, spend a bunch of refreshes farming those materials so I can work on more datacrons. And then for the rest of Conquest, I'll alternate farming between grabbing datacrons and this stuff to level it. Which, I mean, I think a lot of people do. I don't think it's a big secret. But if you don't know, you don't know. So I'm just letting you know. Those are the two areas you kind of want to focus. And then the last zone has like reroll materials, which are also important. You need to fine tune those crons, but you need to unlock them to be able to fine tune them. So you need to get a bunch of those tier 2 and tier 3 unlock stuffs. Whatever they're called. I think they're deboss for this particular Conquest. It'll change to something else for another Conquest. It's or Datacron set. Whatever, they assign a new name for a Datacron set. I mean, the name of the deboss has been around before. Like, the name is not new, but yeah, it's not just one currency that carries or follows the whole way through. Whenever a new Datacron set comes out, it's a new thing. Okay. kind of what they do. Jedi are their speciality. Okay. So now we're on to Boss Nass, and we always take that, so I'm not even going to bother looking at the top node, but here we go. So it's the full team. Jar Jars and all. It says win with Lair again if surviving shouldn't be a problem, and then win without a GL. I mean, Inquisitors would actually be a great choice for that feat as well. But hey, we've been using them. They still might even be capable of it, to be honest with you. Whew, rough. Okay, well, coincidentally, I chose a team that can mostly benefit from Zealous Ambition discs, so we might have cheesed that a little bit. But let's see. Let's see if my Inquisitors are up to it today or if it'll have to wait till tomorrow. And then we'll go poke our heads into Sector 5. But then, yeah, tomorrow... But yeah, tomorrow we will just be... tomorrow we'll just be farming. Yeah, I think they're a little too weak, but I'm going to try it one more time. Instead of going for the torture, I'll just throw the AoE, and we'll see if that's going to be enough to make a difference. If not, we'll wait. I can't remember who I did it with last time, but I have a feeling because there was a galactic challenge that kind of fell right around the time that we were doing this the last time, where everybody thought it was going to be impossible, and this team just absolutely clowned the Gungans. Well, they're all ability blocked, so. But now we're also stuck behind that dude's taunt, which is it's not cool. It's not cool. See, but this is also one of those battles where, like, that tether tech ability I was mentioning could come in very handy for shutting their abilities down right away, and making sure they can't get going at all. See, now if the Inquisitors were at full stam, I have a feeling they would have just absolutely shredded this team, but they're not, so we didn't. So let's just go poke our heads into Sector 5 for a few minutes. We're going to be wrapping the stream up, though, pretty soon. I mean, when you combine the two between when I lost power and now, is we've been over... Oh, see, it was the accuracy down thing. We've been over 3 hours streaming, so... and I got to go eat dinner, and then about 7 o'clock Eastern time, I will be back for Savior. Sure, why not? Looks great. I'll be back for my raid attempts, and we'll do the last Zepho mission in territory battle, and then we will and then we'll get comfy. We'll get comfy for raid attempts. Ooh, see Sorisu? I was asking about this. I was wondering about this one. This one with fortified can be pretty fun. You can end up doing a lot of damage, so I will definitely snag that just for the fun of it. And let's take a look at sector feats. Evasion down, again, covered, kill 35 enemies with Phoenix, win 10 battles with Master Qui-Gon and Qui-Gon surviving, 35 enemies. This, actually, one of the more straightforward ones. And again, this would be covered under Padawan Obi-Wan's Omicron. Oh, look. It's Clone Force 99. Yay. Okay. I'm a little shocked they didn't put in, like, Master Qui-Gon and General Kenobi and Padawan Kenobi. That would have been fun. That would have been fun. Okay. So yeah, this right here. Allies gain all this. Allies gain an additional, so they would get well, Lilith, that it's going to depend on what you're capable of, because I mean, in the ideal world, if all things being equal, I would say you want Relic 9 on every available character, so that way you could get max score. So that's the obvious asshole answer. For lack of a better way to put it, is the way the raid is set up. It's so you can kind of pick and choose where to send who in. You know, the more relics you have available to you, the higher you're able to jump up in tiers. So, and also depending on what your guild is, what's your guild going for crate wise? Are they just going for the best one they can get, and they're not putting any exterior pressure to, like, hey, we need you guys to get your characters to this and that and the other? Because I mean, truth be told, let's just go look at the raid real quick while we have a second here. Let's just sit down and look at this. Base difficulty. So for this, there's no barriers. Okay, and so you're leaving guilds. What, do you have a new home, or are you just going to go seeing where you can end up? But while we're waiting for that information, because that may or may not change things. So, okay. Here, other than push towards some teams. Okay. So here, whatever, you know, they don't have to be anything. They don't have to be 7-star. They don't have to be anything. You can just bring in whoever you want here for a possible 300,000 max score. So even you do this with all 5 of your teams, you're getting 1.5 million, which would give you personal rewards up to here. So, you know, you're getting a couple hundred of each currency total, which isn't bad. And then if we're looking at the chests, you know, if everybody in your guild only or could get 1.5 million, you know, you would end up 1.5 million. So you would end up with this crate. I mean, ideally, okay. So you obviously don't want to be going for, you want to be going for the best reward possible. So like this isn't ideal, but if it's what you can do, it's what you can do. And then when you're able to do more, you're able to do more. So now the thing that might guide you a little bit is looking at this sort of thing. So like Stap gets a bonus for being here. He needs to be Relic 1. You know, so okay, Stap gets a thing here, cool. You come down here, faction bonus Galactic Republic. If the ally in the leader slot is a healer, Jedi allies gain 50% defense while they have heal over time. So that's a direct call out to Luminara and Dooley. Currently what I have instantly dies on base level. Have you given me your ally code before? Have we looked at your roster? Can we do that? I think that'll help than rather than me just kind of stabbing in the dark. Let's just pull up your account if you don't mind. I don't think you're on here. Okay, yeah, hit me with your ally code real quick. We'll take a peek. Let me get online real quick. No problem. While we're waiting for that, I'll knock out a conquest battle. Yeah, I mean, I've literally had people hop into this stream one time and give me their ally code and have me go over their roster with them a little bit and then leave and never come back. Oh, I'll have some advice, but okay, there it is. I'll definitely have some advice for sure. But yeah, not knowing what you have available to you, because we might be able to slap some teams together with knowing what you have available. Okay. Well, I see a Ray first thing. Okay. All right. So, I mean, you're a little poor for raid characters. Like you don't have. Do you have any raid characters relicked at all? You don't. Sidious and Maul are a good choice. You get that added benefit of gaining progress towards C. Here, we'll filter by faction. Will kind of help because you kind of got the main factions of the Galactic Republic / Jedi, Separatists, and Sith. Okay, so these two would be a good team to put together, but they need some support. So like another decent choice to go with them would be, and it would just be for pure stats. But like if you were able to do Yoda, Windu, Qui-Gon, and R2 with somebody else, Shak T, Consular, I mean, there are any number of characters that are eligible for that raid. Pat, she's not, but Luminara. I mean, but looking at what you're closest to, if you were able to do a team of Yoda, Windu, Qui-Gon, R2, and Consular, or I mean, Plo Koon. Plo's actually really good, and so is Kit, but they're a little farther out. But I mean, if you were to, and I understand being gear poor. Trust me, I've been there. You're never really not gear poor. You're usually less gear poor, or you're in one of the Kraken whale guilds where you're winning everything, you're getting the top rewards from everything, and then you just have a shit ton of stuff, and you're buying everything that you need, so you're able to build stockpiles. But yeah, for like a Jedi team or a Galactic Republic / Jedi team, Yoda, Windu, Qui-Gon, R2, Consular are going to be the best team you could throw together with that. So Separatists. So Separatists is mostly about the droids. Yeah, the one with the five Jedi. Yeah, they with a little. I had to do some remodding, but they got me a solid score, and they were actually quite a bit of fun to use. So for pure Separatists, if you were to get this droid, get them geared up a little higher, and put them as the leader with like B1 and Magna Guard and I think Droidica and Newt. It's okay. It happens. You'll catch up. You'll catch up. The raid's not going anywhere, and as long as you're aware of what you need, and if that's important to you, you'll do your best you can, and then as your rewards go up, you'll have more stuff available to you. But yeah, you're definitely you might be able to put 3 teams together is kind of what I'm seeing. Just initial. Yeah, you can do like that Galactic Republic team that I pointed out to you. You could do that, I think, at the lowest tier, and you would get something. I'm not saying you're going to max it, but with Mace, Yoda, Qui-Gon, R2, Consular as kind of your top guys here, you would be able to put up a score with them for sure, hands down, no problems. R2 with with Number Crunch, he would gain some offense for Galactic Republic allies, and then there would be some stat sharing and stuff like that. But you could put up some numbers with them for sure. And then Separatist wise, if you can gear him up a little bit and then put him in charge of some of the other droids that you have, you could get a score with them. And then okay. And then gear up Maul, Sidious. And it takes, maybe at higher levels it's required. It might not be needed at lower levels, but like you give Maul his Zeta, you give Sidious his Zeta, and then you team him up with Gunray, and that's another team. So, I mean, for short term, if you can get all these guys to like gear 11, I know it's expensive. I know it's a lot. Me saying it makes it sound so easy. Oh, all you got to do is get him to gear 11 and you're fine. I understand that it's not easy. I'm definitely sympathetic to that. Currently, that Jedi squad gets you 0. Are you remodding them at all? Because that's the thing. You're going to be kind of limited on how much you can mod anything. Like these two guys. Okay, mod everybody as best as you can, even if that means you're taking these mods away from her temporarily, and C-3PO's mods away, and Rey's mods away. Whoever's mods you're taking away, just for the time that you're in the raid, make sure those raid characters are going in with the best mods available to them. That's step 1. You don't just want to send them in willy-nilly. And then yeah, any gear you can or anything you can do to make them a little stronger, a little thicker. Speed is going to be your friend. If you can get turns to get kills, you can get points. I mean, I think it's, unfortunately, I'm just being honest here, it's going to be a minute before you're really going to be able to contribute a lot. But if you can get Maul and Sidious to like gear 12 and then get Dooku to gear 12, or not Dooku, but Gunray to gear 12, you've got a pretty solid team. And then the droids, get them up. They don't have to be gear 12. Maybe just gear 11. Just set gear 11 for everybody. Get those 3 teams, all gear 11, best mods that you can for every attempt. So that means you might be moving the mods every attempt. Ads are starting in 3 minutes, guys. Just a heads up. Did you just now do that? So let's go take a look. Okay. I don't know if that refreshed or not. Okay. Well, let me go look at your Ray, because that'll show me what your Ray mods are. Okay. Beautiful. 32, lots of health, lots of potency, lots of all the right things, lots of offense, good speed. That was a speed arrow, right? Yep. Okay, so speed. Good speed. Good speed. Yeah. All right, there you go. That should make a huge difference for Yoda. I bet it'd be refreshed if I went back in and looked at him now. So yeah, that should make a difference for him. See, and then if you can do the same for your Windu, that'll at least get them in the best possible position to be able to do some stuff for the raid. But yeah, I mean, realistically, ad break is starting in 90 seconds, so we got to be mindful of that. But I mean, I just kind of the situation we're finding you in is this raid is not as you don't get ads, they don't show up in your country. Okay, cool. This raid is not as beginner friendly as the speeder bike raid was. That's just the bottom line. It's very kind of tuned and geared in towards a specific set of characters that are specifically around the Phantom Menace. So, but if you're able to take your Separatist droids, get some gear on them, get them to gear 11, at a minimum, gear 11 is like a nice starting point, like as your goal. Let me gear 11 all the Separatist droids. Let me gear 11 Newt Gunray. Let me gear 11 Sidious and Maul. Let's just get gear 11 as your base point. You'd be able to do a Galactic Republic team. You would be able to do the Sidious, Maul, Newt Gunray squad. And then you'd be able to do a Separatist squad. You should, with the right modding and some patience and all that, you should be able to get a couple 100,000 points, bare minimum. And then as you're able to improve and improve and improve, it'll get better and better and better. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy or perfect or fast, but just as you're able to improve, just slow walk your way into being better and better and better and better and better. I wish we had a more clear timeline about how long this raid is going to last, because it wouldn't be ideal to focus like, well, I'm going to build up the raid characters. It's not a horrible idea. You'll gain progress for other stuff while you're building up those raid characters. But I mean, simultaneously, some of those characters' functionality outside of the raid is not great. So if your pure focus is for the raid, you're going to get a lot of rewards that'll help you in other areas, for sure, no doubt. Oh, I screwed up. I forgot to grab the other Qui-Gon. I grabbed the other Obi-Wan instead. Oh well, we'll just do this. But yeah, I would set a goal for those 3 teams: Separatist droids, Newt, Maul, Sidious, and then whatever combination of eligible Galactic Republic you can put together. I think that's a reasonable goal. And then as you're able to improve and add more and improve and add more, do so. Just baby step it though. And like, you know, I'm sure most guilds are realistic, you know, and any guild obviously that's going to bring you in, they know what your roster's like. They know what you're bringing to the table. Hopefully they have realistic expectations and can also offer you realistic guidance. But this raid is not beginner friendly. Not in the same way that like the speeder bike raid was. The speeder bike raid was much more beginner friendly than this current one. You know, but as long as you're helping your guild to any extent that you're capable, if you're doing your best, in my opinion, your guild should respect that. I don't think you should have a problem. And then if they're willing to help, you know, as everybody kind of grows together, ideally in a guild, then the guild should hopefully climb together. You're all getting better rewards. You're all able to advance. But yeah, I would just set, hey, starter point, let me get these 3 teams, G11, up and ready to go, getting consistent scores in the raid. It doesn't even, to me personally, wouldn't, if I was your guild leader, knowing the situation, personally, I wouldn't care what your contribution was, just as long as you have it. If your contribution is 100,000 total from 3 teams, great. That's 100,000. And if it's more, great. If it's less, great. But just you'll find your place, find your footing with the raid. Start getting a consistent score. Like I said, I think G11 for those characters that aren't already there or higher, because you do have characters above G11 that are raid eligible. Just set yourself a nice, easy entry point, and then build from there as you're able. And just do the best you can. Moving the mods around, I know it sucks. It's a giant pain in the ass. It annoys the crap out of me too. But moving the mods around from team to team as you're submitting your scores, just making sure your characters are modded as best they can. Your first goal is at least 1 score. Well, hopefully with the making sure your characters are as well modded as possible, you'll hit that. And I know you can hit it. Just sometimes you'd be surprised what small little tweaks in setups can accomplish for your teams. It can make a lot of difference. It really can. But I think you have a fairly reasonable starting point with let's at least get these 3 teams. Oh, are you actively doing the raid right now? Okay. Well, let me know how it goes. But the other part. Oh, congratulations, Kenobi. Lilith, the other part of the raid is you also need to be cognizant for, like, so say you get to the point where you transition to the space battle. It's like every 2 waves you go up to the space battle. You need to take a look at the droid commander to decide which move you want to use. It probably doesn't matter as much when you're in the lower tiers, but in the higher, it can help you get a better score, I guess is the point I'm trying to make ultimately, is it can get you a better score if you use the right ones at the right time. They're sometimes very situational. It depends on what buff the commander droid that you can't target till all the other droids are dead. It depends on what buff they have. It is. Wow, it is. Time is just. I guess. I guess it is safe to say that I am enjoying my time. I am enjoying my time here with the raid because, or with the stream, because time is just absolutely getting away from me when I'm doing these raids, or doing. We've been talking raids, and so now it's just where my head is. Doing these streams, I must be having a good time because time is just flying when I'm doing these. I didn't realize how late it currently is. Dinner time is rapidly approaching, and then once dinner time is over, it's raid time. But yes, what Kenobi said. Okay. Okay, you still got 0. All right. Your Luminara is at 7 stars, right? If your Lumi is at 7 stars and you have the gear, I can't remember where you were at. Okay. Okay. Do your thing. I'm not going anywhere for a couple of minutes at least. So I'll wait to hear from you. God, I just. Well, but you got a score, which you weren't doing before. So now you kind of have an idea of which direction you personally probably need to take these characters. I don't know what you have for mod enhancement materials available. Minor improvement. Hey, as long as the direction is up, you're going in the right direction. I wish I could offer more than encouraging words. Like, I wish I had the capability of gifting you stuff, or you're poor in every sense. I understand. I wish I could do more than offer encouraging words and advice. I really do. And I know you're frustrated. I can tell. I know you want to help. You're coming at all of this from the best possible place, and I really respect and appreciate that. But just do the best you can is absolutely the best piece of advice I can have, and just understand what you need to do to grow and improve those characters. That's really the best advice I can give you, is having an understanding of what you need to do to improve will get you there. So better mods, more gear on the raid eligible characters, but be choosy about it. Like, there's a lot of people will tell you, hey, there's a lot of videos you can see where this character sucks, or this character is good, or whatever. But there's a pretty good consensus about who to use and who not to use, and how to use them and how to mod them. And all of that's out there in YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Reddit, the whole 9 yards land. It's all out there. But I think I think you just kind of want to start small. Just start small with the 3 teams we kind of went over and build from there. I think is going to be the best way. And it also would not surprise me at all if there was another one of those Lightspeed bundles soon. To get, and you know, I know it's $20 American. I don't know what it is in other countries. I don't know currency exchange rates in my head. And I also know that $20 is $20, and $20 means more to some people and means less to others. You know, but for what is being offered in that pack, I mean, it was a fairly good deal for a $20 pack. I just putting it on Front Street. If that pack comes along again and you have the ability to get it, I would highly recommend getting it. I understand. I'm a mid 40-year-old white man in the United States. I have been fortunate in my life to where I am not a rich human being, but my wife and I are very comfortable. $20 is not something that I don't have to sit and think about it. I'm very fortunate in that regard. I don't, if I want to spend $20, I don't have to think about it. Beyond that, like, hey, honey, there's this new video game. You know, she might tell me to shut up and just, you know, you have video games already. You have video games at home. But, honey, I don't have this. You know, it's, you know, I take care of Sam. She earns the money. But she's actually not like that, you know. Like, we'll look at things, and if it's something we're able to do, you know, we do it. She does not have Lumi up and running. She, unfortunately, you know, she's got some GLs and she's got some stuff, but she's just pretty much everything she needs for that raid is not in a position to where it's very usable right now for her. So yeah, so we're trying to look at what she has available to her and figure out the best way to use it. So I kind of coached her 3 teams. So like doing the Newt, Cydia, Small thing, if she could get those guys all to like gear 11 and then put them all in the lead, they should be able to do okay. A Galactic Republic team with like Yoda and all that. Not a prequels fan. Well, that's okay. It's just because you weren't. Were you even born when the? Were you even born when the prequels were coming out in the theaters, Lilith? How old were you when the prequels were released? You were born in 2002, so you were a baby when Revenge of the Sith was in the theaters. I was drunk when they were in the theaters because I turned 21 in the middle of all that. I was very drunk. You were 1 for Attack of the Clones. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, so oh man. So I enjoy most Star Wars. I think the prequels could have been better, but they could also be a lot worse. The sequels, I really enjoyed The Force Awakens. There are things I like about The Last Jedi and things I don't, and same could be said for Rise of Skywalker. I mean, that said, Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, and no judgment, but I mean, Rogue One is a very good movie. Rogue One is very, very good. Very well done. Very, very good movie. Sammy is having the time of his life over there. Because I'm one of the two Ray fans. Hey, look. I don't think anybody hates Ray. And if they do, it's for the reasons that how do I put this? Because I don't hate Ray. I like her as a character. I think she's so damn. She's like Captain America, right? Like Steve Rogers. Like, think of how Chris Evans portrayed Captain America. He just was like good for the sake of being good. He had a right and a wrong, and everything else didn't really apply. Everything was very kind of cut and dried. And Ray is like that quite a bit. She's good and she helps and she's not selfish, and she doesn't want to cause anybody any harm. She's just good for the sake of being good, which is important. And she's got nothing but good intentions in her heart and in her mind. And I think those are all amazing qualities. But, simultaneously they tried to... They only had so much time in the movies to do so much with her. Like they kind of bungled her backstory. With in one movie you're nobody, and then the next she's, spoiler alert, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you haven't seen the sequels, why are you watching a Star Wars stream other than curiosity? But I'm about to spoil. They bungled her origins. They bungled them hardcore, saying she's nobody, and then saying she's Palpatine's granddaughter, and she's the child of one of his failed clones, and some woman, and maybe she's a Kenobi, maybe she's they bungled a lot of that stuff. Well, yeah, that's everybody's problem with the sequels, is they brought in multiple directors, and they didn't tell any of the directors that, hey, we want these story beats, we want this and this and this, so it all lines up and makes sense. And then where they bungled, and I mean, I put a lot of it on Rian Johnson. If he didn't make some of the more controversial choices that he made in The Last Jedi, I think things would have turned out a lot better. Now, I'm sorry, this is just my opinion. When Carrie Fisher passes away before your movie is out, you need to change said movie. You needed to give her the going away she deserved. Like, send her out heroically. Send her out heroically. Keep Luke alive. Change your movie. Sorry, change your damn movie. Instead of making it a convoluted mess for the next guy who's doing the third movie to fix, because that's what he did. He took the easy path. He took the easy way. He was a coward. And I think Rian Johnson's cowardice ended up screwing the entire thing up. That's just my opinion. Now, whether or not he even had the ability to do that is a whole nother matter that I'm not informed on. But when you have a plan that hinges on a person, and that... No. She died long before filming started. She died, hang on a second. It was right around Christmas that she passed away. In like an in-between year, because it was every other Christmas more or less that a movie came out. But no, they weren't. I don't. Okay, hang on one second. Let me bring up a browser tab. Okay, so she died December 22nd or 27th of 2016. So they had more or less a year between when she died and when The Last Jedi was released to do something about it, and they more or less stuck with the movie. I personally think they should have. I personally think they should have changed it. They should have given, like what Holdo did, where Holdo, drove the Raddus into the ship and all that other stuff. Now, first of all, I don't think they should have gotten to that point in the story anyways, but I think the movie should have been, they should have done something to give Leia her heroic out, kept Luke alive for the third one. That's just my opinion. Of course, my other opinion is in The Force Awakens, they got the entire original cast back together, and they didn't put them on screen. And then they kill Han Solo. Like, you realize you would make $1 trillion if they had done The Force Awakens, and one of the last scenes is Han and Leia walking in to find Luke. Like, that's all anybody wanted, was those three on screen together again, and with Chewbacca, and they didn't do it. Those movies were kind of bungled from the beginning. That said, they're not my stories to tell, they're my stories to enjoy. I liked The Force Awakens. I liked it a lot. I liked Finn. I like Poe. I think Poe is fantastic. But Rian Johnson, to me, kind of set everything else up for failure at that point. And maybe he wasn't allowed to. Maybe he wanted to. I don't know. He's never been public about it. And frankly, I mean, we're talking, it's 7 years ago now. I think they should have just handled things different with The Last Jedi. I'm sorry. You lose Carrie Fisher. And then they CGI her badly, and they use old footage and stuff like that to make her appear in Rise of Skywalker. I think they could have handled it differently, and I think they should have handled it differently, but that's not my decision to make. But yeah, don't apologize for bringing up the sequels. I mean, if people, I know people have varying feelings and varying passions and varying opinions about it, and that's fine. But as long as people are willing to discuss it civilly in my channel here, totally fine with it. If people want to be assholes about it, then that conversation doesn't belong here. But I respect everybody's opinion. My session has expired. Okay. Well, that just might be the cue I needed to... Oh, because it's open on my iPad because I hit the wrong damn button. Ugh. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. The Last Jedi is a lot of people's favorite movie, not just Star Wars movie, but of all time. Okay? That is fair, and that is acceptable, and I will never, ever, ever try to convince them otherwise, that it should be anything else. Same with Rise of Skywalker, same with Force Awakens, same with Rogue One, same with Han Solo's origin story movie. Everybody is permitted and allowed to have their thing, and everybody should be permitted and allowed to have their thing, but also people should be... I like Rey. And it's not Daisy Ridley's fault by any stretch of the imagination, just as the same as it's not, hold on, don't hate me if Kelly Marie Tran. Is that the woman who played Rose? Is that her name? I don't have time to Google it, but I think it's Kelly Marie Tran. What she was given a script and given a job and given direction and did what she was told to do. I think it's Kelly Marie Tran. And she was chased. It's the director's fault. It's the writer's fault. It's the studio's fault. It's not the actor's fault. They were just doing their job. So I don't get the hate. I don't appreciate the hate, but hey, whatever. Everybody did the best they could with what they had, but again, I think Rian Johnson's a coward. I think he could have handled things a lot differently. I think he should have maybe fought for, because somebody needed to stand up and be like, Carrie died. We need to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody needed to have a little bit of courage to stand up and say, Carrie died. We need to re-edit this movie. We need to do reshoots. We need to send that character out with a roar. And instead they sent her out. She died taking a nap in Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, she did it in a cool way. She reached out and she distracted Ben long enough for Rey to stab him through the stomach with zero ill effects. I think they could have done something different. I think they should have done something different, and they didn't. But I look at the films for what they are and not what I wish them to be or what I think they should have been. And objectively, they're all good movies. I mean, objectively, well, yeah, Space Mary Poppins was definitely a choice. I don't know. Why didn't they just kill her there? You know, they could have just been like, show the bridge blowing up and then just been like, have everybody's reactions. And like, how cool would it have been for Luke to have, I mean, it would have been horrible for Luke to sense that his sister was killed by his nephew and it was kind of his fault. But like, that's the thing that makes him get off of his ass and fix what he broke, you know? He's at his lowest point at that point. He's only got one direction to go. I don't know. There's a billion things they could have done, but objectively speaking, Force Awakens is a great movie. Objectively speaking, Last Jedi, I don't like or agree with everything that was done in the movie, but it's all done pretty well. So, good movie. Objectively speaking, this is me removing my own personal prejudice. Rise of Skywalker is a mess, an absolute mess, because they have Gareth Edwards, I think, originally, and then they fired him, and then they brought JJ back. Rise of Skywalker is a mess. It would be neat if one day they went back and could change it somehow, director's cut, something. To be like, hey, look, we didn't get the movie out that we wanted to. Here's our second try at it, because we're lucky we get to take second tries. But I mean, I don't know. It's neither here nor there, I guess, is the expression. But no, there were no sequel hate here. Sequel constructive criticism, yes, but no sequel hate. Oh no, Rise of Skywalker is, of the sequels, is the worst unanimously. Yeah, kinda. Anyway. I mean, yes, and Star Wars Rebels, I'm here, confession time. Let me get up on, they tried, didn't they try a sequel series, based around, like, wasn't there a Resistance cartoon? Or maybe there was a kids one, so maybe it wasn't as serious. But that was my mistake with Rebels. When I first saw that it was being made, I'm like, what's with this kiddie show looking crap? Like, and I saw the toys at Walmart or Target or whatever. I'm like, when is this kids show with lightsabers and they look weird? And I dismissed it because it looked like a kids show. And then I saw a tweet from an actor that I respect who was like, and he watched it during COVID, so he's like, I had nothing to do, so I decided to watch Rebels, and I ignored it forever because I thought it was a kids show, and he goes, don't ignore Rebels, it's amazing. Oh, I think the Inquisitors are cool too. I just the look of the lightsaber, that's just the aesthetic of everything in Rebels, while similar to Clone Wars, was different enough that to me it was a turnoff right away. But yeah, I don't dislike the Inquisitors at all. Not in the least. I think they're neat, and they're not a new idea. The idea of the Inquisitors has been around for 40 years. Yeah, using a lightsaber to fly is a little goofy. It's a little goofy, but I ignored Rebels because I thought it was a kids show, and it turns out had some of my now favorite storytelling beats in the history of Star Wars. Blown away by some of the stuff they did in Rebels. And now I will never ignore a Star Wars project again just because of my initial first impression of how it looks. I will watch pretty much everything Star Wars. I was working during COVID, but back then I was working for a biotech company. And we were doing stuff with COVID, not with COVID, but to work towards the vaccine. I'm not allowed to say much, NDAs and all that stuff. I'm still bound by them, but I did work with that stuff. Oh yeah, dude, Vader rode his TIE fighter into that temple on Mustafar, standing on top of it. Like, talk about one of the most badass entrances in the history of badass and entrances. I mean, just amazing. Just amazing. It's good stuff all around. But yeah, guys, I have to go and prepare to eat dinner. And then I will be back very, 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 very soon for the last of TB and Rebels. But you're going to sleep. I'm going to go eat. Everybody's in various life cycles. But yeah, I should be back online within an hour for the raid. So this is where we're going to leave off. But yeah, hey, anytime, Lilith, I'm here for that sort of stuff. I'm always more than happy to stop whatever and talk. Because why have a stream where you're playing a game that thousands of other people play and not make yourself available to help? I'm asking people to come and watch me. I want you guys to come and watch me, but I want you to come to me if you need help. I want to help people. If I could write a book with the mistakes I made when I started playing this damn game, it would blow your mind. It'd blow your mind. If I can help people avoid some of those mistakes, that's absolutely my job. If I can offer you even the smallest bit of advice that helps you grow or helps you overcome something, I want to be able to do that. I will always help if I can, and if I can't find the answer or I don't know the answer, I will ask somebody who might know the answer, or they might know somebody who definitely knows the answer. I mean, I'm 44 years old, man. I'm not here for ego. I'm not here because I want to be famous. I'm not here because I want Twitch to make me a star and pay me millions of dollars. I'm not that guy. You know, I'm not a cute, perky girl with nice boobs wearing cat ears playing games. Meanwhile, off camera, someone's doing most of the actual work. I'm not that. I'm not here for you guys to simp over me. I'm here to play games, and I'm being honest. Hopefully I earn a little income to kind of help my family out with some things, but I don't need to earn much money. I'm not trying to be that. I'm not trying to be Arnold. As much as I love Arnold, I'm not trying to be him. I'm not trying to be Scribe or Bit Dynasty. Oh, no, I wouldn't bet on that. I wouldn't bet on double your experience and wisdom. The beard is majestic. The beard is majestic. Um, I wouldn't know how to gauge the difference between our experience or our wisdom, but here, since we're pulling back the curtain a little bit, I got a minute. I never went to college. I never went to college. Not one day. Not one college credit. Not one. And in my adult life, we'll just say since the age of 21, I was a professional athlete in an American sport in rodeo, because I grew up raising cows and horses, and I got into rodeo and competed in that. I got some cool scars that I can show you sometime, but as a professional athlete, rodeo injuries, I hit the limit of my capabilities in that sport. Just like with any sport, there's levels, and I hit my peak. There was I don't know what GCSE stands for, but I hit my limit. Could only go so far with that sport, and good deal. So I went to work, and I was working an overnight shift at a gas station. It was 410s. That was one of the reasons I took it. Is I would work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 10 o'clock at night to 8 in the morning, and then I would have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Perfect. Go party and drink and have a good time, with with that kind of a schedule. While I was working that shift, occasionally a guy that managed a restaurant would come in and buy cigarettes from me or whatever. And he asked me how much I was making, because after a while, we just got to talking and got to know each other and kind of became friendly. And he asked me how much I was making here and did I like the overnight thing and how it was with everything else. And I said, well, I wouldn't mind a daytime job. And I told him, he said, I can pay you more. Come work for me at the restaurant. So I came to work for them at a restaurant. He was a manager of an Applebee's, of all places. So I never had cooked a day in my life professionally, just for myself, at home or whatnot. But I started working at an Applebee's, and it turns out I was good at it. So I was with Applebee's for a long time. Moved around to a couple different Applebee's. As the girl I ended up, not my current wife, my ex-wife, got done with college and whatnot. We moved around. Then we were in a transition where it looks like we were going to move to Seattle and live there. Right when that was going on, I got a job offer in Alaska that I had put in for as a long shot. This would be a long shot dream job. The owner of the restaurant called me, and I took the job, and I moved to Alaska, and I cooked at a very, very famous restaurant in Alaska. And then my now ex-wife decided she didn't want to move up there, which was the plan. She changed her mind. She liked the job she was working. So came to Seattle, worked at a very, very, very good restaurant in Seattle. Then her and I split up. I went and worked at another restaurant, and then left the restaurant industry. In the cooking aspect, I went and worked for a restaurant supply company. So, we would build restaurants more or less, not the buildings, but the kitchens and the dining rooms and stuff like that. We would design, sell, and do all that stuff. Then the economy went bad. I ended up going back to restaurants for a while, and then current wife, met her. We got together, we got married, moved out east, and then I got really sick. I almost died. I had an infection on my left lung that had to be removed surgically, and they broke all my ribs to do it, and I was very, very sick. I almost died. This was even before Sam was born. But I got better, and while I was getting ready to go back to the job that I was working when I got sick, I saw this random job for a place that was right next to where I was living. I didn't even know it was there because it's kind of hidden, kind of back off the road. So I applied, interviewed, got the job. It turned out to be a biotech company, which I spent almost 7 years with, doing lots of pharmaceutical projects, working with blood and antibodies and all sorts, and zero college. So I guess the thing I have to offer about life if you want wisdom or what my experience has taught me, those fancy pieces of paper are great and they can open doors for you. But so can relationships with people, and so can hard work and an ability to learn and a willingness to learn. If you walk in, if you can get your foot in a door with a place and you show them that you're willing to work as hard as anybody, and you're humble and you're willing to learn and you're willing to put in the work, those are three things that, guess what, they don't teach you how to do in college. Those are things called character. And some people have it naturally. Some people have to come to it with age and experience. And, by experience, that means they failed or something didn't work out and they had to look at themselves. Yeah, you fell victim to the college industrial complex is what I like to call it. You have to go to college. You have to get a degree. You have to. This is what you have to do to be successful. It's not wrong. It's not incorrect. I don't want a frickin' lung surgeon from a guy who didn't go to medical school. Clearly, it's very important in some aspects. But it's not the only path. It's not. The statement that it's the only way is the lie. You can get a long ways in life with no college degree, with no piece of paper. You can. You just, like with anything else, you have to be able to work. You have to be willing to work for it. You just have to. There are people that I know and have known my whole life who currently, and like I said, I'm in my 40s, and I know people who have spent most of their lives in school. They keep going back because they're good at it. They're good at school. They're good at getting the pieces of paper. They don't like the world when school is not involved. Well, I should have you build me something, Lilith. I mean, too bad you're not in the States, because I need a better computer, and I don't know how to do that stuff. But I know how to take blood and put it in a centrifuge and extract all the serum and all the good stuff from it. But yeah, everybody's path is different. And there is no one path. I think there's a way. There's the way. But I think the way is more of a it's more of a way of thinking and kind of looking at the world than it is a way of doing stuff. Oh, hey, politics. I don't know anything about Brexit. I don't know anything about Brexit. I don't. But I know some people liked it, some people didn't. I don't know if it's good or bad or indifferent or whatever. But anyways, guys, I have to go eat dinner. But kids, it's been a blast. I'll be back before you know it. Go get a snack, get comfy, relax, stretch your legs. I need to do the same because don't know how long it's going to take me to do all the raid stuff, but once I start it, we're not stopping. So, yeah, it's okay. My supper is not quite ready, but it's getting close. My wife keeps shooting me looks. But yeah, once we start the raid stuff, we're not stopping until it's done. So get ready for another marathon potentially. Till then, guys, like I said, 45 minutes, maybe an hour tops. I'll be back right here raiding. Good night, Lilith. It was good talking to you. I'm here every day. Never hesitate to ask. Okay? That's all I can. If I leave you with one thing, don't hesitate to ask. I will always answer if I can. Same with you, Kenobi. Same with all you random people out there that aren't currently sitting in the chat talking with me. Ask. And I'm not just talking about Star Wars. I'm not just talking about video games. I'm not just talking about anything. If you have a question, because I'm an old man, and you think I might know an answer, ask. If I can help you, I will. And not just with games. I mean that. I mean that. I mean that legitimately. Or if you're just having a bad day and you need to talk, come talk. I'll talk to you. I'll stop playing games to talk somebody through a bad day. Because trust me, at my age, I've had a few friends who should have talked during their bad days, if you know what I mean, and chose not to, chose a different path. So, we have this neat little window on this neat little device. Kind of lets us connect. Neat little box over here where you can type out words. You know? I know Twitch is all about video games. Well, I know there's just chatting and other stuff like that, but you know, it doesn't always have to be about that. And I don't want it to be about that all the time. If I can help, I'll help. And sometimes just chatting about something is enough help. But if you don't speak up, you know, none of it happens. So don't be afraid to talk. Because I'll listen. I mean, and sometimes, and this happens in real life, and I'm sure it happens to you guys in your real lives too. Sometimes people ask you things and they don't always like the answers. I'm not going to say you're always going to like the answers I give, because I'll give the answer that I agree that, you know, I think is the appropriate answer when asked. But again, if I can help, I will. And I'm always here. I'm always willing to talk. I'm always willing to listen. So, you know, let me leave you with that for now. Let me go eat dinner. Let me stretch my legs. And for God's sake, let me pee. I have to pee really bad. We got heavy there for a second, guys, but it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes we will get heavy and sometimes we'll get real, and that's fine. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here, go enjoy dinner with my family, and get ready to raid. And I hope you guys come back to watch the raid. Doesn't matter if you do or don't. I'll be here doing it regardless. So again, 45 minutes, hour tops. Be back right here raiding. And I hope you're here for it. But if not, we'll catch you tomorrow for more Conquest and all this other fun stuff we're doing. Anyways, take care, guys. Enjoy the outro that used to be the intro. And we will see you in a little while.